All right, Gordon, good stuff, thanks. Just four of the players there who could have a major influence on today's outcome. But the goals have been fairly evenly spread through both sides in the Cup campaign, interestingly. I just wonder, if I was to put you on the spot, give us a score prediction. Do you think we're going to see a lot of goals today, Gordon?
Well, I hope we're going to see a lot of goals. I mean, and there's certainly the people playing today, you know, the people we mentioned, Jakinowski, Walker, Heelhouse, Nicholas, that are capable of scoring goals. And I think we'll see a scoring game today, maybe 2-1 to Aberdeen. As I said, I've got to stick with Aberdeen.
All right, well done, Gordon. Let's hand over to the commentary team, Paul Sturrock, and our commentator, of course, Jock Brown.
Yes, the final now, just about 7 minutes away, and we've been looking very carefully at the events out there in the field. And Paul Sturrock in particular was looking at the two sides warming up. What impressions did you derive, Paul?
Well, I think obviously, you know, you can take a lot of things out of the warm-up. Obviously Celtic, look, they were bouncing. You know, I mean, they had everything. You know, I feel that they are the hungrier team on the day. They've got a lot more at stake today, fan-wise. You know, it'd be a terrible season for them to come out with nothing. And I think on the day, I think Celtic will win the game.
Well, it's a very clear and bold prediction there from Paul Sturrock, and not affected, Paul, by the team selection which Celtic have been forced to make in view of the absence of Chris Morris.
No, I think the boy Dubček will go to right back, or Rogan. I think they have planned their system as 4-3-3, and I'm hopeful that they can get out to Joe Miller and he can cause some problems down the right-hand side.
So there's some very happy looking Celtic supporters. The balloons now being released at the Aberdeen end. Red and white balloons hoisted, and the sun starts to peep through the clouds at this stage, almost on cue. So the Aberdeen fans giving these balloons a great reception. At the other end now, the Celtic green and white balloons are released, and that has generated a lot of noise from the east end of the stadium. It's a very colourful setting now, and the sun is now on the field. So the teams will be coming out very shortly indeed, and there are a couple of young men here about to experience a great treat. The two mascots will be coming out. There's George Smith, the referee, leading out the two teams. The mascots are there with each side, Gerald McDade and Cameron Strachan, who won the competition to lead out the teams. So Celtic dispensing for the most part with the tracksuit tops, but Aberdeen not taking any chance with the temperature out there. A marvellous setting again. You can see from that picture the way the sun is now bathing the stadium. So the lineup for the two teams coming up, and there's the Aberdeen squad. There's the team. There are really no surprises there. Willie Miller has not made it for the final. Brian Irvin's excellent performance this season, earning him a place in the final beside Alec McLeish in central defence, with Paul Mason, the player who could turn Aberdeen from a 4-4-2 to a 4-3-3. Alex Smith, the Aberdeen manager. There's the Celtic lineup. No Chris Morris, that's involved something of a shake-up. There's no Mike Galloway either. He hasn't made the starting lineup. With Anton Rogan coming in wearing number 3. And what a return it is for Billy Stark. Out for so long, for much of the year. He's played only twice in the first team. And here he is playing in his 5th Scottish Cup final. So the stage of the proceedings, the players dislike most perhaps. There's the little mascot there, Cameron Strachan from Aberdeen, being spoken to by the SFA Secretary Jim Farry as he goes along the lines of the players. So it's a big day for Cameron Strachan, a day he will certainly never forget. Lining up there with his heroes, Alec McLeish looking after him, and the presentation going through now to the referee and the linesman. Jim Carlin and Kenny Rice are the linesmen. So there's the Celtic mascot, Gerald McDade, waiting for his big moment. Here comes from Copeland Road in Glasgow, strangely enough, right beside Ibrox. That's his favourite team beside him there. Paul McStay skippering the Celtic side in a cup final for the first time, although it is his 5th final. Key man this afternoon, Paul McStay, without any question. So the SFA president, Peter Gardner, goes up the line, led there by Jack McGinn, the Celtic chairman. Tim Farry at the end again, the SFA secretary. His first cup final in charge of the SFA, having succeeded Annie Walker earlier this month. So what thoughts are in the mind now of Billy Stark? He's won 2 medals for Aberdeen and 2 for Celtic. An outstanding career, very much a Scottish Cup expert. The players now have the chance to break. The mascots being allowed to stay on the field with the players. Billy McNeil offering an extra ball as he leaves. Tense moments for the Celtic manager. Crucial match for Celtic in particular. Charlie Nicholas playing in his first Scottish Cup final after an illustrious career. It may well be his last match for Aberdeen. He'll be determined to make a big impact. And so too will Hans Hilhaus, who won a European Cup winners medal for PSV Eindhoven 2 years ago against Benfica. Is his first Scottish Cup final, and he is in the Dutch World Cup squad at the moment. Well, Paul Elliott has not had much first-team football in the last month. A key man in the heart of that Celtic defence, and he certainly has become a firm favourite with the Celtic supporters. And a big match indeed for Paul McStay, a very experienced player despite being only 25 years old. You can see that in the Scotland caps, and he will be an essential player in the Celtic midfield. There's the referee, George Smith, handling his 3rd Scottish Cup final before going off to the World Cup finals. His 2 linesmen are Jim Carlin there on the left from Lithgow and Kenny Rice from Bearsden on the right. The 2 mascots involved here in the toss-up. So the mascots appear to be calling, and there is a stiff breeze blowing down the field, so this could have some impact. There's Alec McLeish and Paul McStay with that firm handshake. International colleagues, of course. The mascots now being led away. Well, there goes young Cameron Strachan. Back to his vantage point for the match. Little Gerald McDaid beside him also leaving the scene. So, just seconds away from the cup final. It's the 6th cup final between Celtic and Aberdeen. There were 3 early wins for Celtic, and Aberdeen have won the last 2. So Aberdeen anxious to make it 3 apiece, and this is the 6th match since 1937 between these 2 clubs in the final. So a tremendous atmosphere as referee George Smith checks that all the formalities have been completed adequately. Checking with his linesmen, checking that all the extra practice balls have been removed. And we're all set for the start of what should be an outstanding cup final. So all eyes for the moment on referee George Smith. He checks with his linesman. And the 10th Scottish Cup final is underway. Anton Rogan hugging the left touchline early on. And there certainly are some early indications of the Celtic formation for Paul Sturrock to explain.
Well, Jock, Celtic have come out with 2 markers and a sweeper. The boy Dubčeks went to sweeper. And White and Elliott. Elliott's picking up Hillhouse and White's picking up Nicholas. With Rogan and Stark pushing down on either side.
So Celtic trying no doubt to surprise Aberdeen with their formation. Certain changes forced, of course, by the absence of their mascot, the lucky mascot, Chris Morris, who's never lost a Scottish Cup tie in Celtic colours. 2 winners' medals, but unable to play this afternoon. There goes Alec McLeish across the bows of Joe Miller, a former Aberdeen player. It's well won by Derek White. Here's McStay. Dubček. Looking for Walker. The marker there was David Robertson, and he has been penalised. It's a free kick to Celtic, already taken. There's McStay. He has Stark on the right. Back it comes to Jakinovski. Down he goes in that challenge from Grant. Some faint appeals for a foul inside the penalty area. Jim Bett stopped there. He thought he was fouled by Walker. And McLeish is able to run it back to Snelder. So a hectic opening burst from Celtic.
Yes, I think definitely the Hillhouse-Elliott battle will be the big key to the game. It's how the boy Elliott, after being missing for a few weeks, will handle Hillhouse. Hillhouse is exceptionally fast, and in a big pitch like this, I think Aberdeen will be trying to use the long ball more often than they have in the past.
The Dubček with a throw. Off for Miller doesn't quite go right. White's header gives Aberdeen possession with a throw. They have opened up with familiar back four formation. McKimmie, McLeish-Irvine and Robertson. Charlie Nicholas dropping deep. That's a fine pass. Looking for Grant. It breaks now for Bet. Connor calling for the ball on the left. Bet trying to go away there from Jakinovski. The tackle comes in. The result is a goal kick to Celtic. From Bet clearly unhappy about that decision. Trying to ease himself beyond Jakinovski. He did well matching Bet going back into defence.
It's interesting to see how Celtic have started off as well. You know, Miller and Walker are playing further up, and I think they're trying to play Jakinovski just off the front to pose Aberdeen the problem, whether they go down and pick him up or whether they stay as a solid four.
That's a fine header there by Irvine. Paul Elliott clears, going in very strongly there against Hillhouse, trying to impose his presence in the heart of that defence. Connor looking for Nicholas. A rear error there by Nicholas in control. There's Grant, well tackled by Brian Grant, his namesake. Here's Nicholas. He has Hillhouse free in the left. Paul Mason making his way into the penalty area. Nicholas also waiting. And a good block by Elliott, allowing Celtic to regroup in defence to face this throw, which is a very dangerous one because David Robertson will take it, the young left back. Capable of a very long throw indeed. Brian Irvine is going forward to provide a target. Irvine going up there with Elliott, who wins it. Grant returns it. Here's Hillhouse taking on Dubček. Very hefty tackle there by Paul McStay. The referee's given a free kick to Aberdeen. Well, Paul McStay certainly wasn't prepared to hang about here. Dubček was screening the situation there until McStay crunched in. He certainly appeared to play the ball nevertheless, although the referee adjudged that to be a free kick. Connor driving it in. It's just missed by Mason. A very good free kick indeed from Robert Connor. Almost caught the Celtic defence napping. Mason just missed with the header. Here's Derek White. Joe Miller going deep. Walker's layoff falls straight to McKimmie. Logan well beaten by Grant, who's made one or two good challenges early on in the middle of the field for Aberdeen. Kept in play by White. Miller playing it across there for Walker. Robertson was very quick going across to make the challenge. Another young player who scarcely could have believed he'd make the cup final, having been seriously injured on Boxing Day. He's been back in time for the semi-final and the following matches for Aberdeen in the league. Here's Joe Miller, the scorer of the winner in the cup final a year ago. He was fouled there by Robertson. A free kick to Celtic. Played in early by Miller. Rogan going up and beaten by McKimmie. Very important challenge that by Stuart McKimmie. Mason's pass goes astray, but Jakinovski couldn't control it. Peter Grant did. Back again with Peter Grant. Stabbed away by Mason. Hillhouse wins that. Stark and McStay in a misunderstanding. Mason takes over from Bet. Richard Bet once again attacking Derek White. Fine ball across. Connor's in trouble. There's Nicholas. Cleared off the line by Elliott. Magnificent attacking play by Charlie Nicholas. And the rescue completed by Paul Elliott. Great play inside the box there by Charlie Nicholas. He couldn't have reckoned with the presence of Elliott on the goal line. So a corner kick to Aberdeen, but really they must have been expecting the opening goal. Corner taken by Connor, swept away by Walker. With Jakinovski with McKimmie. Jakinovski waiting now for support, holding the play up. Lots of runners coming from the middle of the field. Here's Joe Miller. Now Jakinovski. Joe Miller. Back it comes to Grant. Well, he stood ground very well indeed, Peter Grant, but he's wide of the target. But what a let-off that was for Celtic. Great piece of play inside the penalty area, set up, of course, initially by Jim Bett.
Another interesting tussle could be that Jim Bett has teed off against Paul McStay. I've been very surprised about that. I thought the boy Grant would have played centre of the midfield and Jim Bett right. But it seems to have worked out. I think Celtic have now changed and put McStay aside Grant, trying to take him away from Bett.
Here's Dubček trying to release Walker. The interception is made by McKimmie. Good running by Bett to the right once again. The tackle came from White. This is shaping up to be a magnificent match. Here's Andy Walker. The long ball picking out Billy Stark, beating on the blind side of the Aberdeen defence. A good block made by Robertson. The ball turned away for a Celtic throw. What an excellent start to the final. The match being played at a frantic pace, but with a lot of quality also, coming from both sides. Billy Stark being waved back by the referee to take the throw. Jankowski. Here's Grant. Heading for the byline. There's a good cross. Brian Grant did well, getting there ahead of Anton Rogan. Here's Rogan again. Back with McStay. Good play by McKimmie. Very quickly to the ball. And superb play by Nicholas. The pass asking too much, though, of the pace of Hans Hillhouse. Elliott read it well. But Charlie Nicholas certainly looking as though he has all the confidence in the world up front. Here's Joe Miller, though, for Celtic. And an unfortunate stumble there by Miller. That's some ominous signs there up front for the Celtic defence from Charlie Nicholas.
Yes, I think Charlie's noticed the pairing Hillhouse and Elliott. That's an early ball he attempted straight away over the top. But the boy Elliott, very confident, dropped off Hillhouse and covered really well. I think interestingly also is that the boy Jankowski's been on the ball quite a lot in the early stages because of the position he's playing in today.
Rogan's header collected by McKimmie. Dubček got a vital touch there. Nicholas is waiting behind him. Dubček looks up, but I reckon he may well use Pat Bonner again. Nothing on in the middle of the field as the Celtic midfield pushes forward to the halfway line. So Celtic with Stark on the right, Grant and McStay in the middle, Rogan on the left, Jankowski playing just behind the front two of Walker and Miller. There's Peter Grant. White's header, helped on by Jankowski. Grant to McKimmie. White's header. Well, one again by Brian Grant. Will appear to be caught there as he challenged for that ball. Tripped by Paul McStay, and the free kick goes to Aberdeen. Nicholas waits at the edge of the box. Looks as though Nicholas is quite happy about being marked by Dubček. Certainly not renowned to be too tough a tackler. Up goes Hillhouse. Nudged away there by Dubček. The referee's given a free kick against the Dutch striker. But really, this is well worth looking at again. There it goes, turned behind by Dubček, but a long free kick pumped in there by Brian Irvin. Hillhouse going up in determined fashion. I really didn't see anything at all wrong with that challenge. Bonner appeared to be taken by surprise.
Yes, definitely different class striking from Hillhouse there. He came in from the blind side on Bonner. Maybe just made contact before he headed the ball.
Hillhouse with a long pass wide. There goes McKimmie. Mason using his pace to come across, followed by Dubček. Good play by Mason, deceptively quick. Deep cross this time. Bonner is unchallenged. A good catch by the Celtic keeper. Well, the jumping ability of Hans Hillhouse has become well known since his arrival back in November. And he almost made Celtic pay with that effort. Irvin's header. Here's Paul McStay. Jakinowski, that roll just behind the front two. Here's Joe Miller. Jakinowski again, the target for the pass. Coming away from Irvin and from Brian Grant. Great play by Jakinowski. Full of confidence. Delightful touching the ball here. Look at the way he eased himself away from that challenge from Brian Irvin. Then from Brian Grant. The shot when he was slightly off balance.
I think Aberdeen are definitely going to have to think about combating Jakinowski off the front. He's causing so many problems of getting the ball into feet, and he's relishing not having a tough marker playing against him.
The referee George Smith gives Celtic a free kick. Elliott going over the shoulder of Hans Hillhouse, and referee George Smith forming the view correctly, I think, that Hillhouse made a back for the centre half and didn't attempt to play the ball. Here's Andy Walker. Just away there from Joe Miller and touched wide by Irvin. That could so easily have been an own goal. Fine attack this from Celtic. Joe Miller challenged there by Irvin, who just did enough to get the ball across the face of the goal and away for a corner kick. So Joe Miller will take the corner. Paul Elliott has gone forward, still looking for his first goal for Celtic. It out by Irvin, straight to McStay. Well, he'll be very disappointed with that effort. Tried hard to get over the ball and keep that volley down, but couldn't make it. Just a little bit of a snatch at that, and no danger for the Snilders. Header by White. There's Irvin. Nicholas going for this with Elliott. Elliott's shown too much of that to Charlie Nicholas. Good running by Connor in support. Elliott's out of position. Back with Nicholas. Jim Bed offering himself in midfield, but Nicholas retaining possession. Reacting to a call from McKimmie. Good challenge by Rogan. What a fine recovery by Jim Bet. This is Grant. Inside, cut up by Peter Grant. Charlie Nicholas and Peter Grant having a nasty exchange off the ball there. Nicholas leaving his boot in after the pass had been released by Grant, and Peter Grant reacting with a flying elbow. Referee George Smith's lingering eye caught that up, and he's had a word principally there with Charlie Nicholas. That's the reason. So good refereeing again by George Smith, who's having a very good match in hectic circumstances. Here's McKimmie. White's header. Away there from Joe Miller. Throw to Aberdeen. So 15 minutes gone. The nerves perhaps settled a bit now. Paul, you've been in this position many times.
Yes, I think it's incredible amount of goal-mouth incidents has been created in the first 15 minutes of the game. Both sides have settled really well.
Here's Nicholas again away from Peter Grant. Nicholas is on the ground as Connor goes forward. Any advantage goes to Aberdeen. Nicholas taking time still to recover as Joe Miller comes back to help in defence, winning the ball from Brian Grant. Nicholas is back on his feet. They're putting a knock for Paul Elliott. David Robertson resisting the temptation to attempt the pass back. There's McLeish and McKimmie. Brian Irvin told McKimmie where to play that. Nothing on safely inside. There's Robertson looking for Nicholas with the long ball. Dubček is the marker. A new role for Derek Dubček in the Celtic defence. Central marker on Charlie Nicholas. Here's Hillhouse. This time the marker is Stark. Connor playing it in early this time. There's Grant trying to get away from Paul McStay, who did well just staying very close to him, giving him no space at all, and Celtic have the throw. With try there by Irvin. Rogan looking very determined. Always a player full of commitment. Misunderstanding there between Walker and Miller. Andy Walker thought Miller was setting off on a run up the touchline. Back it goes to Irvin. And now David Robertson. Next day, playing it into space for Rogan. Rogan's job is to get forward on the left side of the midfield for Celtic and to look after Paul Mason. When Aberdeen in possession there, Jakinovski looking for Stark. So menacing with those runs off the flank, Billy Stark. Aberdeen again, trying to think about a slow build-up from their own half. Here's Alec McLeish, looking for a midfield player to drop off and find space, but that's a long ball looking for Hillhouse. He's in behind Elliott. Nicholas waits. Fine tackle by Elliott. He is very good on the ground, the Celtic centre half, with these tackles. Back with Connor. Here's Hillhouse setting it up for Robertson. Not too much pace on that ball for David Robertson. Nicholas knocking it into the empty net, but David Robertson showing his willingness though to get into an attacking position for Aberdeen on the left.
I think if obviously with the three marker centre halves that Celtic have adopted, Aberdeen's best chances is obviously switch plays to each wing. And so far they've tried to get Connor in at the back post quite a lot on Billy Stark. I think Billy's defensive qualities are going to be tested a lot today.
Connor winning that from Stark. Here's Hillhouse. Connor once again. Hillhouse playing it back. David Robertson has to go into the reverse gear for that. So the match settling down now, the pace being established and a slightly slow one, and the opening 10 minutes demonstrated. Alec McLeish, full of experience, his 5th cup final, still to be the losing side. Header by Dubček. Corner met there quickly by Peter Grant. Elliott taking no chances. Heading it forward, but the ball went out of play. It'll be a throw to Aberdeen. So Paul Elliott, an inspirational figure in the heart of the Celtic defence. The same applies to Alec McLeish for Aberdeen. That's for Mason, spinning it well from Rogan. The free kick has been given to Aberdeen. Bit of holding by Anton Rogan. Well, there may be some point of view to suggest that Rogan is a shade unlucky there, but it is a free kick to Aberdeen and an excellent opportunity to test Pat Bonner. So the latest from Wembley is that Crystal Palace have taken the lead in 19 minutes. The scorer O'Reilly. So 1-0 to Crystal Palace, a setback for Alec Ferguson's Manchester United. And here at Hampden Park, still no scoring, but some outstanding entertainment. And a set piece here for Aberdeen to exploit. It could be Nicholas, it could be Hillhouse, it could be Connor. And Nicholas sends it just wide. Well, that certainly wasn't far away. Crisply struck in Charlie Nicholas fashion. And just wide of the wall and wide of the post.
Yes, I think that could be also very important in the game. Set pieces for Aberdeen with the type of people like Jim Bett, Nicholas and Hillhouse, and the type of ball that they're using today, a tangle which will bend far easier than a mitre ball.
Just listen to the noise at Hampden. Only 62,500 people here, but the Hampden roar evident once again as Aberdeen get a free kick for a challenge by Peter Grant, which incurred the wrath not only of referee George Smith but also of Jim Bett, who's being spoken to just now by the referee for a little word of protest about the fierceness of the challenge. So it's Alec McLeish with the free kick. Looking for Mason. Getting up well there. Here's Nicholas. Can he control it? Setting it up there for Bet. Elliott quickly to the ball. It's thumped clear by Derek White. And here's McStay. Striding forward purposefully for Celtic. Rogan has Miller ahead on the left. Back with Jakinowski. And shown wide there by Mason. That's good play though by Jakinowski. Determined tackling by Mason. Jakinowski has to try again. Excellent play by Mason. Sticking to his task. That's for Nicholas, who's onside. Error in defence by Celtic, trying to play the offside trap. Here's Nicholas. And a fine recovery tackle by Peter Grant. A vital role he has this afternoon for Celtic, Peter Grant, to make the telling tackles in the middle of the field. And like this, coming back to help in defence. Look at the way Nicholas goes inside Derek White, plays the ball just a shade too far ahead, and in came Grant.
Yes, through balls are definitely going to be a problem to Celtic's back three with the size of Hampden. And Nicholas nearly getting on the end of in the 18-yard box.
Robertson trying to get away there from Andy Walker. Here's Hillhouse. High challenge there by Paul Elliott. Well, Paul thought it was making reference earlier on to the friskiness of the tango ball, which is not the ball used in league matches. Bouncing quite high there, and Paul Elliott, I think there's not much there at all. He was trying to play the ball, but certainly that amounts to dangerous play. Irvin playing it forward. There's McKimmie beaten well by Rogan. Now Bet for Aberdeen. Mason. Caught late there by Joe Miller. Well, Miller thinks that Mason made it rather a lot of that. Well, there seems to be no doubt it was a foul, all right. Yes, Miller sliding in late, catching Paul Mason. Referee George Smith having a word with both these players, Paul Mason and Joe Miller. And I wonder if the referee also thinks that Mason made rather more of that than was justified. Jim Bet will take this free kick. Brian Irvin has gone forward. Alec McLeish has stayed back. Hillhouse pointing where he would like the ball to be played. Good play by Aberdeen. There's Nicholas looking for Brian Grant. Peter Grant wins it. Here's Jakinowski trying to stride away from Connor. Connor did well. This is McLeish. Misunderstanding there with Nicholas. Nicholas had come deep to take a pass short as McLeish released the pass into space in the right back position. Aberdeen looking to play balls into these spaces wide on the flanks. An offside flag up against Joe Miller. 25 minutes of the first half gone, still no scoring, but the quality of the entertainment clear for all to see. Headed on there by White. Mason and Rogan having a little wrestling match. And the linesman indicating to the referee that the culprit was Paul Mason. So Celtic have the free kick. Referee George Smith goes back to ensure there's no misunderstanding. Long ball for Stark to chase, and Billy Stark is penalised. Billy Stark appeared there not to be looking at the ball, but just to be inconveniencing David Robertson. An indirect free kick is given, perhaps ungentlemanly conduct. There's Brian Irvin trying to find Paul Mason on the right touchline. There's Joe Miller. There's Grant. And McStay with the early pass to Walker. Billy Stark has come inside. Good support played on midfield by Grant. Well, he had options. He had Walker on the right, Jakanowski and Miller in the middle, but Peter Grant decided to have a dig at goal himself. He managed to hit the net once this season so far for Celtic, Peter Grant, but he does have a lot of dig in that right foot. Not demonstrated though on that occasion.
I feel if Celtic could just get the ball more to Jakanowski, he's causing a lot of problems in that position. He's playing just off the front. Anytime he's got himself on the ball, he's caused all sorts of problems for Aberdeen.
Jim Bett, a good move from Aberdeen. Lots of passes there as Pat Bonner has to be quick. Hillhouse racing in. Certainly the ball was loose. No question of that being a free kick. Good build-up there, setting up the shooting chance for Jim Bett. Easing himself wide of Elliott. The shot powerful enough to force Bonner to go for the second time as Hillhouse came in. Good passing movement this. Brian Grant setting it up for Jim Bett. Beaten away by Bonner as Hillhouse came in. Supporters to our left, behind Theo Snelders, clearly encouraged by the performance of their favourites in the opening half hour. Certainly nothing the Celtic supporters have been despondent about either. It really is shaping up to be a classic cup final. Here's Bett. McKimmie breaking on the right. Joe Miller's had to come back to match this run. Put in early. Walt Elliott taking no chances, hitting it exactly the way he was facing. Quite happy to concede a throw. There's Mason. Stepping away from McStay. And a late challenge there by McStay on Mason, resulting in a free kick to Aberdeen. Well, McStay certainly making his presence felt in the middle of the field for Celtic beside Peter Grant. And this time McLeish has gone forward with Irvin. There's Jim Bett looping it across the far side. Irvin challenged by Rogan. There's Jakanowski. That's for Miller to chase. And Bett takes no chances with a long pass back.
I think Celtic could have a few problems, Jock, also from wide free kicks and corners. With Irvin and McLeish coming up, and really Elliott the only one to be picking them up. They've always got one big man spare in the box.
There's Peter Grant. Got a good start to the match, Peter Grant. Growing in confidence with every passing minute. Trying to find Jakanowski. Irvin did well, but it's now with David Robertson. Elliott all on his own, half an hour gone, no scoring. But don't be deceived by that. It really has been an excellent match. Here's Paul McStay, linking with Jakanowski. McStay once again. That's good defending by Stuart McKimmie. Very calm indeed under pressure, cushioning the header back to Snelders. Header by White goes straight to McKimmie. Running at Rogan. Well-timed tackle that by Anton Rogan. Here's Nicholas. Now Brian Grant in space. Nicholas couldn't control that. Always danger though when Charlie Nicholas is in possession in the penalty area.
Yes, all the time he takes the ball in the feet, Jock, and links people up who make runs into the box late.
Peter Grant trying to time that pass into the path of Jakanowski, but give credit there to the Aberdeen defence, who matched all the Celtic front runners to make it very difficult for Grant to put away an accurate telling pass. Jakanowski wasn't happy though with the way that move finished up. Here's Derek White. Irvin's header goes straight to Jankowski. Free kick to Celtic, quickly taken. Here's Paul McStay. Miller on the left. Going inside McKimmie. Now checking to the outside. Good play by Miller. Did he overcarry it? No, the referee's given the corner kick. It was blocked there by McKimmie. Looked for a moment here as though McKimmie maybe caught out. It was just a shade casual here as Miller broke for the byline. Pulling it back. Certainly no question of the ball being out before Miller played it. So the corner kick for Joe Miller to take. Paul Elliott looking for space. Billy Stark gets up well. Headed away by Bet. Celtic fans encouraged by this burst of attacking play. So a slight delay as Joe Miller crosses from the left to the right to take the corner kick. Billy Stark wants to be in the thick of it in the middle. Here he comes now. Snelders has organised his defenders. Helped out by Hillhouse, only as far as McStay. The offside flag is up. Joe Miller not back quickly enough as Aberdeen pushed out towards the edge of the box.
The whole season, Jock, the boy Elliott has been very impressive in the other team's box, and it's just a wasted corner from Joe Miller.
Vicious pass cut off there by Walker. Trouble here for the Aberdeen defence. McKimmie sorts it out with a good challenge on Jankowski. Well, no, referee John Smith doesn't agree with that. He considers that to be a foul, and he's given Celtic the free kick. Well, you can have a look at this for yourself again as Walker took advantage of that McLeish error. It appeared to me to be nothing wrong with that.
Well, sometimes they get it wrong, so they tell us anyway.
The Celtic with the free kick. Paul McStay. Too high for Billy Stark. A driven ball there with a curl on it for Stark to attack. Missing out Paul Elliott. It was Billy Stark who was the player with the best chance of reaching it for Celtic, but even he couldn't get up high enough. A header by McStay. Here's Joe Miller. Tackled by Bet. Strong play there by Irvin. Here's Nicholas. Stepping away from Dubček. McStay using his physique and strength there twice to win possession for Celtic. Then taken out of the play by Mason. Paul McStay, to his credit, indicating to the referee that he is not looking for any kind of action on the part of referee Smith. Great play this was from Paul McStay. Tackled late by Mason. Paul McStay showing yet another aspect of his wide range of talents, his strength in making challenges in midfield. There's Joe Miller. Cross it goes to Stark. Back with Grant. Jankowski challenged firmly there by Irvin. Elliott hurried into that clearance by Nicholas. Mason using the pace of Hillhouse. Back goes Dubček. Down goes Dubček, goes Hillhouse rather. Dubček's challenge. Hillhouse looking hopefully towards the referee, but looking in vain for a free kick.
Well, I'd have been looking for one there, Jock.
Member of the Strikers Union, Paul Sturrock. Here's Jankowski. Across it goes to Grant. Jankowski again, well tackled by McLeish. Beautifully timed challenge. The pass from Connor finds Hillhouse. It's racing through the middle now, waiting for support on the right from Bet. E2 waiting for Aberdeen players to get into position in the box. And that allowed Celtic to regroup. The two Grants clash again in midfield. McLeish with that clearance. Well, no goals here at Hampden so far, but there's been another goal scored at Wembley. And this time it's an equaliser for Manchester United, scored by England captain Brian Robson. One each at Wembley. Header by McKimmie. There's Brian Grant. shrugging off that challenge from McStay. Here's Mason. Back here, releases McKimmie. That's one which Bonner will take comfortably. Too far ahead of the twin strikers, Hillhouse and Nicholas. Nicholas wasn't happy with the quality of the cross.
I feel that, you know, if Hillhouse was maybe to play a wee bit more central, he'd be able maybe to run to both corners. Whereas just now he's been tied to only run down the inside left channels.
So the referee waves play on there. I think he may have given a free kick against Andy Walker had the ball not gone through to Theosteldas for the challenge in the air on David Robertson. Advantage rule sensibly applied. There's Joe Miller. Held by McKimmie. No question about that being a free kick, and referee George Smith will have a word with the Aberdeen and Scotland fullback, Stuart McKimmie. Playing in his third cup final, McKimmie, and looking for his third winner's medal. The free kick taken by Dubček, looking for Gary Stark. He got up very well indeed, so too though did Snelders for Aberdeen. Well, Gary Stark can nod these across, but the lack of height in the Celtic attack to take advantage with Miller and Walker there. And Snelders took that well. A foul given against Robert Connor for using his arm unfairly there in that challenge. Gary Stark took a blow, and the referee will allow treatment for Stark. Robert Connor was the culprit. There's Billy Stark, took a blow in the face there. Ryan Scott, the Celtic physio, is on to administer the treatment. So Celtic have the free kick, which Derek Dubček will take. Again, the target is Stark. David Robertson making the challenge. Hillhouse with a header into space for Nicholas. Robertson plays it forward. Paul Elliott is there for Celtic. This is Jakanowski. Now Rogan in space. Walker and Miller waiting up front. Jimmy did well with that tackle. Rogan's throw. There's Joe Miller. Played across well by Rogan. There's Billy Stark. Brave diving header there by Billy Stark. A fine ball played in the volley by Anton Rogan. And this is where Billy Stark is so dangerous. The header going just over the top. He got in there in front of his marker, David Robertson. That could easily have been Celtic's opening goal.
Definitely, Jock. A striker's type goal it would have been too. He managed to get himself in front. Really brave, round about feet height. Aberdeen trying to hit back. Nicholas eased off the ball there by McStay. That's a free kick. Paul McStay and Charlie Nicholas, teammates, all those years ago for Celtic, early in their careers. Here's Paul Mason. Stopped there by White. Here's Bett and McKimmie. Back with Irvin. David Robertson offers himself on the left. Pacey going forward. Andy Walker sensed the danger and did a fine job helping out his defence. Yes, I've been really impressed how Celtic's front three have managed to pin down the back four and not allowed McKimmie and Robertson to surge forward like they normally do. It's all credit to the boy Walker and Joe Miller.
Robertson's header. Here's Peter Grant. Elliott didn't get there quite in time. He certainly thought he did, but the linesman disagreed. No, it's an offside decision that's been given. Paul Elliott thought, as I did, that the linesman indicated the ball had gone out before he played the long ball forward. Offside it was, and this is Alec McLeish. Hanging in there a long time for McKimmie, who was very brave, got up well to win that from Rogan. Here's McKimmie again. And they're moving inside from the Aberdeen attack. There's Hillhouse! Frustration for the Dutchman. And what a fine header this is. set up well on the right by Stuart McKimmie. He looked up, picked his spot for the cross. Hillhouse trying to guide that in at the top corner.
Yes, one of the first times after discussing it that Stuart McKimmie gets up round the box, and great cross in for Hillhouse to finish.
Played forward by Connor. Hillhouse taken out of the play late by Paul Elliott. Well, Hans Hillhouse to some extent there, perhaps a victim of his own electric pace. Paul Elliott clearly, I think, thought he could get to that ball in time, but Hillhouse was so quick. He got the first touch, then felt that challenge from Elliott.
And I think a wee bit harsh on the boy Elliott here. The boy Hillhouse nipped in from the blind side. I don't think he's seen him coming till late on.
Paul Elliott is lectured by referee Smith, not adding to his tally of 15 bookings this season. I think, in all fairness, well, that was a hefty knock for Hans Hillhouse, and it was attempting to play the ball, just beaten by the sharpness of the Aberdeen striker. But there is some anxiety here about the time being taken by Hillhouse to recover. Maybe Wiley, the Aberdeen physio, working hard here. They want Hillhouse back in the fray as soon as possible. Well, the Aberdeen fans, I think, are happy with their team performance at this stage of the match. There's been some outstanding football, and they perhaps have had the better of the chances in front of goal so far. So there's the site of the damage as the ball is played in. Hillhouse is off the field. Free kick played with Aberdeen playing now with 10 men for the moment. Not for long though, I'm sure. Here's Connor. Now Robertson. McKimmie's wandered across to the far side as Aberdeen probe for an opening. Here's Brian Grant. Hustled all the way by Peter Grant. Here's Connor again. No lack of patience in the Aberdeen build-up. Rogan doing well, but this is Nicholas. Nicholas clearly thought he was held there by McStay, and there's the ball played forward by McKimmie as Rogan came clattering in late. Referee George Smith is maintaining that lingering look at these incidents to make sure nothing untoward happens. That's why he's been able to spot that foul, and he's now waved back Hillhouse to the fray as Aberdeen have a free kick. So Robert Connor is over the free kick. That's towards McLeish. Headed across goal, won by Stark. There's McLeish trying to steer that in at the top corner. Quite deliberate on the part of Alec McLeish. Paul Elliott was there. McLeish winning it well the first time. Darting it across. The clearance by Billy Stark. McLeish trying to beat Balmer at the far post. Turned away by Elliott.
As I said earlier, Joe, with the Elliott taking Irvine, there's nobody really confident enough to handle McLeish. And he gets a free header.
That's corner kick. Stealing away from Billy Stark. A big effort being made here by Aberdeen in the closing minute of the first half. And a superb tackle there by Paul McStay on Jim Bett. Here come Aberdeen again though with Nicholas. Firmly challenged by Paul Elliott. A supreme effort now being made by Aberdeen, anticipating almost a half-time whistle. David Robertson has a throw which is virtually the equivalent of a corner kick. McLeish has got up to the near post area. Irvin's also in the box. Bonner's been forced to come for this. Good goalkeeping by Bonner. Bit of barging and pushing, giving a free kick. No, the half-time whistle is gone. It's been an outstanding first half despite the lack of goals. Two sides fully committed, playing some excellent football, a real cup tie atmosphere. No goals as yet, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this short break.